ClickBond has their parts on really anything that flies, floats, and rolls that's high performance.
Efficiency has increased probably tenfold, I would say. The application of those 9,500 brackets took roughly 3 months. We do the whole application now in 5 days. We're in Bristol at the Global Technology Centre, which is owned by GKN Aerospace. We have a space in their main environment here to build our aircraft 3. We have the major components have turned up from Italy and various other places across the continent, and we're here to do the first fix for that.
Right, well, we're introducing an aspect of mixed reality into the process of installing our parts. So traditionally, the way would be to get a paper template over what exactly you're going to be installing and do the mark out.
I think we have around 9,500 brackets to hand place across the aircraft. It became very mundane for the fitters and very difficult to place them in the correct place, and they offered the use of AR technology.
So what we've done is introduced a headset.
So instead of using a two-dimensional sheet on a 3D object, this now projects straight onto the airframe, cuts down the amount of time we spend trying to figure out where they go, and it's a lot more accurate and it's a lot easier to use.
You can now trace exactly where it's supposed to go, and then you can carry out your surface prep and install the product shortly after that.
Well, with the first 2 aircraft, we used it primarily as a placement exercise. We've moved that on now. We're now into the field of collecting that information in a works order that the operator can see directly on the screen. You'll also see whatever article you're putting onto the aircraft is the correct article, and that's a major leap forward.
So when we put the headset on one of the technicians for the first time and you see their face brighten up, you know they get it immediately. They have a new sense of the way that they're going to do their job is going to be something digital and something very intuitive.
We use their products as anchors for components and for secure the wires to the aircraft. Before you normally drill holes and put standoffs in, you really don't want to be drilling through composite.
Well, drilling holes is a very extensive process and you only get to do it once. And there's no real way to repair that work on carbon structure. It's always going to be there.
Whenever you put a hole in something, you decrease its strength. So we use bonding of materials and resins, etc., to accomplish a nice bond between something. It's quite a well-known process now, and ClickBond have it down to a T.
You don't really need any special training. If we're going to drill into the aircraft, you really need someone who is trained in how to drill composite carbon structures. But putting ClickBond in, it's just a job of surface preparation and sticking them in the right place. And with this, we know exactly where we're putting them anyway, so it's a lot easier.
ClickBond has their parts on really anything that flies, floats, and rolls that's high performance, which is really cool to say.
You bring in partners to help with the process because quite often they're in a completely different field to yourself, and bringing them in gives you the advantage of being at the cutting edge of technology.
So really ClickBond is leading the way in digitizing the workforce in a way that we can now keep that digital thread intact from design all the way to manufacture.
They bring forward a very niche environment into aircraft build that we may miss or not be aware of. And in this case, ClickBond have done exactly that for us.